Hey guys, this is Katia here and welcome to the next video in my Learning to Draw series. This is week 6 and it's all about sketching. I planned to upload it earlier, but it took me a bit longer to finish, to be honest. This week was focusing on understanding shapes, how they move, turn, and spin in different directions, and my first sheet didn't turn out that great, but once I got the hang of it, things started clicking and I think they are a lot better now. Every day I practice drawing 10 rotations of the same shape in different directions, and each day I picked a new one. It's slowly becoming easier and really helps train your brain to think in 3D instead of flat 2D. Another part of the exercise was to draw 3 versions of the same object, but each had to look completely different. For example, with the chest, it is still needed to look like a chest, but every design had to be unique. I chose objects like a chest and a cauldron and a goblet, and in the middle of the video you can see my shape rotation studies as well, showing the days I spent on this exercise. I looked for reference photos on Pinterest, which really helped me notice how many ways the same object can be built from different forms. It wasn't easy though. You really have to focus on keeping your perspective correct at the same time and your proportions consistent, so kind of keeping the big and medium shapes and then adding the tiny ones where they are needed. For some objects, I ended up drawing more than 3 versions and I got carried away, but I wanted them to look as different as possible, and that was the point of the exercise. This week, I also discovered how to create sketchbooks directly in Procreate, which made my practice a lot more organized. I'm now using different sketchbooks for different kinds of drawings, all set up through Page Assist. The sketchbook I'm using in this video is from Lucas Peinador, if you know this wonderful artist, and I think they're called LP sketchbooks, if I'm not mistaken, and it's really cool. So I got a pack of them, and the trick is to group each page as layers and enable Page Assist so you can flip through your sketchbooks just like in a real sketchbook and just add the paper texture in the background. Now, about the potions and goblets, and I somehow ended up with slightly dark theme here. There's a skull goblet with spikes, which makes no sense because you'd poke your eye out if you drank from it, and an eye potion where the biggest eye doesn't even fit into the bottle, you can't take it out or you can't put it in, but I like it that way. It's weird but fun. I also wanted to draw more mugs and scrolls, but I didn't get to do them yet. Since I'm already moving on to week 7, maybe I'll come back to them later once that's done, but I still keep on drawing the objects and spinning them. I also used Blender for this exercise, for object rotations, for the reference. It's been really helpful for visualizing shapes from all angles. If you'd like to know how to set up Blender for that, so you can rotate objects and actually create the foreshortening, to study them in 3D, let me know in the comments and I can make a tutorial on it. So yeah, that is it for the week 6. This week was all about shapes, about their rotation, and exploring how the same object can look completely different depending on design and perspective. I really enjoyed doing these exercises. They weren't simple, but they taught me a lot, and the shape rotation, that is something that I think I'm going to be doing every day. Also, I wanted to mention the 2 approaches that I had here. The one was that I was drawing already the object in perspective from basic shapes and then adding details on top, and the other one was that I was drawing the object in kind of frontal view just to make sure that I have the shapes that I like, and then I was already putting them into perspective and drawing all the details that I needed. So you can see that with the potion bottles, for example, and with the cauldrons. So when I was trying to do the cauldrons straight away, the shape just came back one and the same, but when I tried to do the cauldrons, just making them frontal view, already the shapes started to become different. Also, I would strongly suggest basing this on reference. Do not draw from your head, but base this on reference, and don't take everything from one illustration. No, just go through many illustrations that you find on Pinterest, for example, or real photos and images of an object that you need to draw, and don't be afraid to actually erase stuff and change things, because that's my bane, the perfectionism, where I always try to put the line correctly from the first time. But here it actually kind of freed me a bit and gave me the ability to change things while I was doing them. For example, like with the gold bags. And yeah, so this is the main takeaway from week 6, and I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.